Oh, it's been a while, and it is so good to be back. Guys, it's so good to be back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to MUSCM Live. This is your host, Abhishek Iyer. Dude, we took a break. I don't know why. I think it was just the long weekend. It was the long year end, rather. And it's good to be back, man. I'm just going to wait for a bit, wait for some of y'all to come on. Because today we're going to be talking about something that we would have never thought we'd be talking about at the start of the season, especially the way the first three games went, which is 21, the title race. I have 21 questions, and they're all about us. How many of y'all know that song, 50 Cent? You know, we put out the promo poster for tonight's live. We did put it out, and it then kind of occurred to me that maybe a lot of you guys watching don't really get the context of it, because when I was a teen, like half my life ago, 15, 16, 17 years ago, 50 Cent dropped an album, and there was a song called 21 Questions, and in that he says, you know, I got 21 questions, and they all about us. So you know what? Tonight, we might have 21 questions. Well, we have questions about title number 21, and it's all about us. Welcome, everybody. Welcome once again to MUSCM Live. As you can see, different background, different lighting, different everything. It's because yours truly is back in Bombay. And I'm back home. I'm back in Bombay. It's good to be back. I brought my family back from Kerala, which is really cool. Had an amazing time there. Spent 4.5 months. My wife obviously delivered there. My son was born there. Now it's good to be back home. Yes, that is right, Delvin. I got the new zebra jersey. That's the other thing that's new. I look really good in it, man. Like, it really looks nice. Shout out to the United Star. By the way, guys, if you all want this jersey, get in touch with the United Star, Prasham Kothari and Vishesh. Prasham Kothari especially, I think he's the local, the India-based United Star chap who'll sort you out. Prasham, thank you so much for getting me this jersey. For those of you all who are keen to know who... Okay, let's play a quick game, right? If you guys follow me on Twitter, or if you follow me on Instagram, or if you've been watching these lives regularly, I think you might know the answer. Whose name do I have at the back? Let's give this 5 seconds. Whose name, according to you, do I have at the back? And after this, we'll get straight into 21. Come on, let's get some guesses going. But for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome, guys, to MUSCM Live. My name is Abhishek, and I'm a part of the working team, and we regularly host these lives to get engaging, to start talking about this club that we love so much, to talk with fellow fans. And you guys know the drill, man. Just keep sending those video requests in. Okay, a lot of people saying, okay, Bruno, Red Devil, good try, man. Zayden, it's not Zayden. Delvin says Bruno. Brendan Colasso says Bruno. Lingard, Rashford. Avinash Sagar says your kid. You know what? I'll give you the answer, guys. Might be in for a bit of a surprise, but clearly you guys haven't been paying attention. You see that? That's right, guys. I got Fred. I got our unsung hero. Archit Jain, 10 points to you, man. 10 points for saying the shoelace. I wish I had put shoelace, but guys, no, it's not Zayden. It is Fred. So once again, United Star, thank you so much for this jersey. Guys, if you want this jersey, really, it's like superb quality, very well priced. It's like let's do the math. It's 1/4 the price of the original, so get in touch with the United Star. Anyway, yes, that's right, guys. It is Fred, number 17. Let's talk about the title challenge. Oh my God. First up, sit back. If you're watching, I know we've all got work tomorrow, so you know what, cheers. Enjoy a hot cup of coffee. No, this is not gin. This is hot lemon tea. But guys, sit back, smile, and just look at the season that we've had, right? First up, the title race is on. Southampton beating Liverpool. Bit of a shocker because, you know, yes, Liverpool haven't been at their best, but you would have expected them to take 3 points, you know, especially since an inferior PE school teacher, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, was able to take it. So I don't see why they struggled there. Second thing is that, you know what, let's just reflect on these 16 games that we've played this season, right? Let's very quickly reflect. We started the season terribly. We lost to Crystal Palace 3-1. Terrible start. We then beat Brighton 3-2 in that second game, which was also, come on guys, let's be honest, it was a bit of a fluke, and we didn't want to win like that, right? Because, you know, it was a one-off, unprecedented, like COVID, it was an unprecedented scenario where, you know, you had an extra you had a goal being scored outside of normal time. And then we had that third game where we got smashed to smithereens by Tottenham Hotspur 6-1. We all remember that. Let's forget about it. after that also, it's not like we really picked up. We came back well, we beat Newcastle 4-1, and then we lost to Arsenal, dude. We lost to Arsenal, like relegation contenders, freaking Arsenal Football Club. How are they even FC? God only knows. But coming back to this, ever since that Arsenal game, for those of y'all who don't know this, or if it hasn't clicked, we've been unbeaten since that game. We've gone 10 games on the trot unbeaten. That is a hell of a run. Vishesh Gupta puts this in the comments. It's honestly not surprising. We finally are understanding the importance of preseason. Vishesh, very good point. It's been something that we've been talking about. It's also not just preseason, but if you just look at what a few days more of rest does to a team. When Chelsea played City the other night, right, you could tell that City had fresh legs, not having played football in more than a week because they had that game cancelled, right, in that previous weekend. You could see the difference that it made, man. Like, they were flying, and Chelsea looked haggard. They looked tired, So yes, not having a preseason in terms of preparation. And I think now this season, what's going to be important is those extra few days of rest, which is why going into tomorrow night's fixture against City, I'm actually silently confident because we've had 4 days of rest. City haven't. So let's see what happens over there. Right. Ankit Baz, Black Caps. Why are ESPN pundits so biased? They never praise Oli. Ankit, I would just say, we need to start reflecting inwards. ESPN pundits are ESPN pundits. We have people in our fan base who still don't get it. They still think this is all a big fluke and that Oli is a school teacher. So you know what? Once we as a fan base can accept the manager wholeheartedly and understand his vision, right, I think then we can expect the rest of the world to look at it. But if we as a fan base are still sitting there scratching our heads thinking, you know what, we're screwed because Pochettino's gone to PSG and blah, 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 and Oli's a school teacher and, he's not a great tactician. I think that's a bigger problem right now because I think he's done enough to show that he is a very good coach. He's a very good manager. He's got tactics, so on. Let's move to the next. Next game is tomorrow night, by the way. It's the Manchester Derby in the EFL Cup semi-final. Tottenham Hotspur plays some second-rate team, so essentially it's going to be the winner of this game versus Tottenham. Could be a Jose and an Oli this thing as well. Let's read some comments that are coming in. And guys, again, keep those video requests incoming. I'm going to be adding you guys very, very soon. Arhan says, Ayer, you were right. You told us we should back Oli. Big up. Thank you, Arhan. And Arhan, good to see you. Good to have you back, man. United Star, there you are. Prasham, if you joined late, I've given you 3 shout-outs already for this jersey, so thank you so much for that. Don't message me later saying you didn't give me a shout-out because I did. Dharam Desai, what's up with the game screenings at Three Wise Monkeys? We'll get to that, man. Screenings are back on. You can follow Three Wise Monkeys on Instagram. You can follow MUSC Mumbai. We'll give you updates on that as well. All right. Okay, I have questions. I have things to talk about. So send in those video requests. Let's get chatting, guys. It has been so freaking long. And you know what? Just because these guys got me this jersey, I'm going to get United Star on first. And it's going to be both. It's going to be football too. So Prasham, Vishesh, if you guys are watching, I've accepted your requests. Let's get cracking. In the meantime, guys, those of you watching, send in those questions. I mean, keep sending those questions in the questions box. There we are, lads. A very good morning to you, Vishesh. A very good evening to you, Prasham.
Good evening, Ali.
Okay, let's get one thing out of the way right up. Yeah, I haven't seen Vishesh smile in the 6 to 8 months that I've known him, and I'm seeing Vishesh smile, which is incredible to see. Vishesh, why are you smiling, mate? What's going on?
Let me tell you one thing. So we got knocked out of Champions League, and the man next to me right now was completely ole out. Let's go or whatever. And,
I remember.
All of a sudden, finally, things are working out for us. Finally, the fan base is understanding. Finally, people are. I mentioned the importance of preseason, right? So finally, people are understanding the preseason effects that were taking place, and the squad looks so different. The way everyone jumped on Eric Bailly in the last game, I lost it. I was so happy because that's the character I want in our side, and just. Maybe this is delusional that we all are saying that, 21 in 2021. Maybe it's something positive. Maybe it's us enjoying it. But it's so good to be relevant again. Seeing Klopp argue about, they've got so many penalties. They've just got 1 penalty less than us this season. So, I mean, it's so much fun to see the hatred that we're finally getting. That I don't
feels
know,
like home, Vishesh. Right, it feels like home. And Prasham, you know what? today's a day about celebration. Today's a day about, when I say celebration, I mean, it's a day about being happy. It's a day about being optimistic. And it's a day about keeping the faith and believing. You know what? I want to talk to you about one thing, man. There are two ways to look at this. There are two ways. Well, okay, yeah, there are two ways to look at this. One, yes, joint top, can go top of the table if we beat Burnley in our next game, all of that. The other way to look at this is that, all numbers, table, points, goals aside, that United feeling is back, man. It's not like with, late comebacks, winning games at the death, not giving up, scoring goals in extra time, constantly badgering the opposition's defense, goals galore, everyone scoring. I remember Prashant, in a title-winning campaign, we would not have one or two strikers who get 30 goals and that's it. We would have Park Ji-sung giving us 8-9 goals. We would have Darren Fletcher chipping in the big games. Man, the United feeling is back, isn't it?
I think Abby, what Vishesh has said is absolutely correct. I mean, I think the PSG and the Leipzig defeat, after that, it's almost like we hit a switch and we're seeing a completely different Man United play. I think Oli has been brilliant. I think I have to say that for sure, that I think he's been fantastic. Just for the fact that I think people keep crying about how he plays different formations. I think that's what we've been asking for. He's playing exactly how we should be playing against certain teams. So I think that's brilliant to watch. Another thing sort of people have been saying as to why doesn't he sort of come down at the touchline? He's doing that. I mean, he's there. He's in the face of the players. You could, some of the footage that comes out where you can hear him shouting. You can absolutely hear him giving some of the players an absolute rinsing.
Rollicking, yeah.
It's incredible to watch. And the other thing I think is the character that this team has shown. I think we've complained in the past that this is not right and the team looks dejected after we go down, X, Y, Z. But suddenly after that Leipzig defeat, it's like nothing matters. It's just like these guys want to win and they want to win together. It's like there are a bunch of players where external media, what is happening, the whole sort of X player situation and Y player situation, it does not affect them. It doesn't get to their head. They are in the game for that 90 minutes. They're trying to give it their all. And you don't mind losing the odd game when the players are giving it their all.
Prashant, I'm just gonna pause you because I like this comment that's coming from Jayant Prabhu. It's very pertinent to what you're talking about, which is he says players are eager to play for the club and the manager, which did not seem the case for previous managers. Is this just a sign of when things are right, players are happy, or do you genuinely think the players are happy to be playing for this team?
So no, Abby, what I feel is that, like I said, I feel we've actually flipped a switch after the Leipzig game. I feel like if you watch the games before the Leipzig game, the Premier League form was pretty good. We hadn't lost that many games. We were yet turning up the results. But that difference is between the 3-2 victory at Brighton and the 3-2 victory at Southampton. I think there is a big difference in intensity and there is a big difference in the character the boys are showing. They are scrapping, they're fighting as a unit, and I mean, obviously, I think it's an undeniable fact at this point that Bruno Fernandes is our central figure and he is our talisman. But Abby, the improvement the likes of Maguire and Lindelof has shown, even you would have to agree that Lindelof was incredible before he got injured. I think he was putting in some very good shifts before he got injured.
I agree with you on Harry Maguire. I think Maguire has been one of the better improvements of the season. I think the jury is still out for me on Victor Lindelof. I'm just going to go to Vishesh with a very important question, Vishesh, which is, so what will it take? How many points do you think is needed to win the Premier League this year? I am putting this somewhere between 80 to 85. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that. But where do you stand on this? How many points do you think it's going to take to win the title this year?
I think it's going to be the old-fashioned 75 to 80 points. I don't think it's going to be what we've been expecting of, the City and Liverpool going into the high 90s or touching the 100. I think this is going to go back to the 2000 era of winning games and winning, because it's the COVID season that's made it so hectic. And as you mentioned, but before we came on, that when City got that break of 1 week, we saw the performance. No team's going to get that break this time. I mean, until or unless they file for some rubbish COVID thing, and I found that's a different scandal altogether that I think City put through. But I think 75 to 80 points will do the job this season. I
like what KC Wave says. He says 68 points is going to do the job. I think that's a bit too low, but a lot of people in the chat going in that. Yeah, fair enough. I think a lot of people in the chat, I think 78 is actually fair because it's between the 70, 75 and 80 mark. Prashant, The Desolate puts in a comment. He says, love to hear from you guys on Ollie's man management when it comes to Pogba and the turnaround in performances. Now, look, this is not a Pogba debate. This is not about, whether he should be gone or whether it's none of that. This is a question about a manager taking arguably one of the most talented, I'm not saying best, one of the most talented midfielders, right? From a very precarious situation, turning it for the better, not just for the player, but for the club himself. And this is where I talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being a fantastic manager, not just on the pitch, but behind the scenes as well. Do you and Vishesh, I'll come to you as well. Do you guys have a different take on this entire Pogba thing?
No, Adi, absolutely not. So even when I wasn't totally, see, I keep moving through these ebbs and flows where I'm not convinced with Oli and then I am and then I'm again not. But in all of these flows, one thing has been constant is that his man management is brilliant. Not just Pogba, you can even see Fred, he looks like a different player under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Luke Shaw looks like a different player under Oli. Given that his improvement is... right. And with Pogba, I think, Abhi, there is two parts to it. If he genuinely is going to leave in the summer, it could also be that he's playing to put his price up. But fair play to... I don't have a problem with that because at the end of the day, he's a contractually United, he's under contract. And as a professional, he should be doing this anyway. But it's big. It's a big thing that Oli trusts him. He's shown the faith in him that you go out and, you do the job for us. And I think it's great. And I think Oli's man management has always been his strength because there are two things going for him here. A, he's a United legend. B, he's a very accomplished player. So when he says something, the players know that, it's coming from a space where he's played the game and he understands it. I think Vishesh had made this point in one of our podcasts on United Star that this is where Sir Alex was also brilliant, this Christmas games, just telling the players that, personally connecting with them that, just go and get this done. This is one game and then we can take one game as it comes. It's not necessarily the hairdryer. People keep saying Sir Alex used the hairdryer. I think Roy Keane came out the other day and said that Sir Alex would just come to me when I was playing badly and say that,
how are you playing badly?
Yeah, you're letting me down. So I think Oli has that knack as well. I think he is able to. I think that is one thing that has always been a constant, that he has gotten the best out of the players. At least most of the players you can say that about. And I think with Pogba, I think he's done the right thing. I think Pogba is not overusing him. It's not like we're overly reliant on him. So it's not as if, Paul Pogba, everything or nothing. I think Bruno coming in also helps there because we have a clear sort of focal point in him.
Sure. Vishesh, $1 million question to you, man. And I know people might look at you and think that you're not the most optimistic guy. You like having a sulk on your face, more often than not. Would you bet on 21 happening?
Not yet. I don't think so. I can't see Maguire holding Dan James' thing saying 21 this time. I just think we don't have the squad yet. I think we need more depth. I think City started off slow, and I blame that to preseason as well. But I think this is the time the board needs to realize if we want the likes of Max Aarons, he's a Norwich player, we can get him. Give that competition to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We've seen what competition can do in the squad. We've seen what's happened to De Gea. We've seen what's happened to Luke Shaw. We've seen what's happened to McTominay, Fred. Even though Van de Beek's not playing, we've seen and touching on the Pogba point, I think the main reason for Pogba's difference is the change in the form side. I think if the form was bad, everyone would be blaming Pogba for his poor performances. It's not like he's not giving the ball away still. He still is. But he's making those passes that's leading to goals, which previously wasn't being converted. Yeah, Prashant. Sorry.
No, actually, Vishesh, I feel like it's the form side, yes, as well. But I don't mind. See, Bruno Fernandes also gives away the ball a lot of times. But the problem with Pogba was that once he'd give away the ball a couple of times, his shoulders would drop, he'd dilly-dally around, and all these things. Now it seems like he's actually running. I think we said that we spoke about it as well. It actually seems like he's running in certain games. He actually makes the effort to retrieve the ball.
That's the thing. I've realized the more that we've been playing, we've become a confident side. Like, we need that confidence to go into the next game, which gives the players the will and the want to run back. And I have a very strong feeling if we pull off a successful season, and if surprisingly we do a Leicester and win 21, I can see Pogba signing a new deal at United as well.
Okay. That is, dude, we're not going to, United winning a title is not doing a Leicester.
Like
Yeah,
Vishesh,
yeah.
come on,
I was
like
just
that's
gonna
just
say. No.
Abby,
That's
it is
not.
because
Yeah.
let's be honest. When the season started, no one expected us to be in the position that we are in right now. You wouldn't put your
I
money
would
on second.
disagree. Vishesh, I would disagree. Now, just go back to some of the podcasts that I did with your channel and that I did with the Pundits and with others. I called it out saying United can be title challengers this year. I think a lot of people said United can compete for the title.
Yeah.
Yes, after the first three games, it seemed absolutely deluded. And I might have eaten those words back then saying, you know what, we're shite.
But
But there was a chord, there was a sentiment pre-season where I felt, you know what, this team can do it. Because if you just look at the way we played last year after Bruno Fernandes came to the team, we were a title-winning team for almost 8 months in that year, right? Till the season started this year. So I don't know, man. Like I
but
don't know. I
But
just
Abby also United winning the title at any point of time with whatever team cannot be compared to Leicester because that's just a freak result. Sort of with the resources we have, with the players we have, we
yeah.
look back at Leicester and think Kante is this great player and Mahrez is this great player and Vardy is a phenomenon. We look back at that and say it. With us, we know these players are good enough and the resources we have are obviously three or four Leicesters and the club we are. I mean, we are the biggest club in the country even today. So I
Yeah.
mean, it can never be compared to a Leicester in a good sense and a bad sense. I think Leicester deserve their credit, and we don't deserve to be sort of said that it's a Leicester performance. I don't think it's that.
Anyway, on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining. Before I let you guys go, because I know there are a lot of people watching today, which is great. I know it's been a while. It's been more than a week since we've done a live. But before I let you guys go, free plug-in, man, for jerseys. I think a lot of people are going to want it because, guys, one last shout out. I love it. Like the quality is so good, the fit is so bloody good, and they got Fred's name printed in the Champions League font, which I think is really really rare. Prasham, go for it, man. One last plug-in for United Stars jerseys.
So, guys, if y'all want the jersey Abby's wearing or any of the other United jerseys, hit us up on Instagram, DM us. We'll get back to you with the details. We can ship it anywhere in Mumbai, in India as well. The shipping charges will obviously be different. And more than that, subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and
There we go.
hope we win against City. Hope we win against City, and hope 21 happens, man.
Abby, I
Fantastic.
just have one question.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Vishesh.
What's your take on Fletcher coming in?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of anyone and anything that bleeds Ferguson DNA. What I like about Darren Fletcher is not just the professional side, but if you look at the personal side of his career, right, from where he was to then come crashing down, given his personal condition with his bowel movements, and then to go and do what he's done. I think. I think management is more about just knowledge and skill. I think there's a human element attached to all of this as well. And I think everything considered, I think he'll be a fantastic addition. So my 2 cents on that. What about you?
Abby,
Before I let you go.
people are asking what's the handle name. It's at the United Star. You can go and just subscribe, follow us right now.
So Prasham is going to put some comments now after he goes. So you guys can follow them right away on that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to add some more people. Thank you so much for joining us. Catch you guys very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow on the next live itself. All right, guys. So that was the United Star, Vishesh and Prasham. I saw some very good questions and some comments. I'm just going to read some of them out now. I liked a question that came from Arth Jain, if I got the name correct. Just give me a second. I just need to scroll. Just give me a second, guys. Jen. Yeah, a good informed opinion on whether Donny can replace Pogba in the long term. I don't know if this is a good and informed opinion, but this is my opinion. Can Donny replace Pogba like to like in terms of playing style and what he brings to the team? Maybe not, because see, Pogba's work rate is nowhere close to Donny van de Beek's. Donny van de Beek is a workhorse. Paul Pogba is those, I hate saying it, but he's those once in a lifetime generational players who just has God-given ability, right? Donny van de Beek will slog, make incredible runs, probably outrun Pogba 2x, 3x in a game, find good passes, find good short passes. Paul Pogba will give you 3 good passes in a game, but in those 3 good passes, 1 will convert to a goal. That's his ability. And I think the other thing that Paul Pogba has demonstrated over his career, more than Van de Beek, maybe, is that he's probably got half a goal more in him than Van de Beek. But in terms of how they fit into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system, I think Van de Beek is very, very flexible. If Paul Pogba were to leave, I still see us getting a replacement. And there was a question that came in, right? If Paul Pogba leaves, should we get Jack Grealish? My answer to that is, even if Paul Pogba doesn't leave, we should go out and get Jack Grealish, guys. This is the time to invest in the transfer market. If you're the CEO, if you're the owner, if you're the board at Manchester United, you are looking at this team now. You're looking at a manager who didn't get his number one signing. We didn't get Jadon Sancho in the summer, and yet we're potentially going to be top of the table in just a couple of days. Right bang in the middle of the transfer market. Yes, we know our holes. We know that our defense is weak. Just go out, splash the cash, get the defenders that we need, get the players that we need, bring in a player who can give us 10 goals more or 10 assists more, someone like a Jack Grealish. Go out, do it, bring home 21. Just bring it home. We have never gotten so close, and I'm not saying that, oh my God, we are already going to win the title, but guys, we can smell it a little bit, like we're getting close, right? City are going to be very hot in this chase. Liverpool are nowhere. In fact, Liverpool, I'd say, are still favourites because, you know, they're just on another planet right now. Remains to be seen what happens. Yes, the game is on Colours Infinity tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to add, okay, keep those video requests incoming. I'm going to add 2 more people now, and let's talk about exactly what I just mentioned, right? Which is, what will it take? According to me, tighter in defense, Spence and Jan, Grealish, Sancho, more Pogba playing time is something that I've also put down as a note, and Martial and Cavani to step up even more and score even more. Let's continue this conversation now with more of our people. I can see Srinidhi Purohit. So Srinidhi Purohit, and let's get a house special, Delvin Sarao. Guys, I've accepted your requests. Srinidhi, welcome. I don't think we've had you on MUSCM Live before. Delvin, you're almost a regular now, so I hope to see you very quickly. There he is, Mr. Sarao. Just give me a second, man. Just give me a second, yeah? Just give me a second. I'm just trying to get... Yeah, all right. Delvin, welcome to MUSCM Live, man. Just give me a second.
Hi, Abhi. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Aniket, Delvin. Okay, guys, welcome back to MUSCM Live. You've been a part of this chat. Delvin, I love the smile on your face. Aniket, I love the smile on your face too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we can smell it, right? We can smell it.
We definitely can. And that's the best part about this season, that everyone is flopping around, everyone is dropping points. And if this confidence gets us, and if we can smell it, the players can smell it too, and Ole can smell it too.
Absolutely. Srinidhi, welcome to MUSCM Live, buddy. I think this is your first time on the live. I like the jersey that you're wearing. It's an India jersey. Srinidhi, can you tell us a little bit about your optimism or your thoughts on this title challenge? Do you think we can go out and win the title this year?
A lot of talk has been about others slipping up rather than we catching up this year.
Yeah.
We have been as good as any other team in the league right now, because we had a 10-game run. After the Arsenal game, we haven't lost. And if you see from position, any fixture, any team can drop points this season. That's how the fixtures have panned out so far. So if we keep going, so we are well till the 25th or 26th game week. So we are pretty much in the title hunt.
Srinidhi, I'm really sorry, man. Guys, I'm really sorry. I had to cut Srinidhi. Too much disturbance. I just couldn't hear him. Or is it with one of you guys?
No,
I can hear you clearly. No,
okay, fine. Srinidhi, I'll bring you back on later. Delvin, welcome back, buddy. Let's talk about where we are right now, right? We're in January. We are potentially top of the table if we win this game in hand. What, according to you, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer demanding from the board in this transfer market?
One proper world-class centre defensive midfielder. Not even a centre-back, because we have decent centre-backs, you know. Bai, for me, is our best centre-back if he's fit. Bai and Maguire.
Guys, there's some background music playing. Can one of you all pause? I'm really sorry. I'm not able to hear you, Delvin.
One second, just a second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, it's that one centre defensive midfielder, someone like Wilfred Ndidi for me.
Yeah.
You know, he gives us a base to build our attacks, because Wilfred Ndidi is that elite centre defensive midfielder we've been crying for. He's not only smart in the tackle, he's proactive in the tackle. He doesn't make a tackle just to recover. He makes a tackle as a first instinct to just grab the ball and start the attack from our side immediately, which enables Leicester to always be on the front foot. That is why Wilfred Ndidi is one of their linchpins in the side. For me, it's not even Madders, it's not even Vardy, it's not even Harvey Barnes. It's actually Wilfred Ndidi who is their linchpin for me. So we need someone around that mold, which gives us that push from transitioning from that defense to attack. No doubt, McTominay is good. Fred has been exceptional these last 2 seasons. And even Donny van de Beek is quality squad depth options, but that one central defensive midfielder, because
makes all the difference.
Yes, because let's be honest, Matic is the only natural CDM that we have, and he's not getting any older. And whenever Matic plays, it gives me the impression of Hector Salamanca running, because he's very slow. And most of the time, he takes a lot of touches before releasing the ball, which is detrimental to our style of play. Because now we've come in a pattern of playing slick football, and we just progress that ball very quick upwards up the field. So that is something we have to improve. But I love this season, Abhishek. I just love it. Like, this is one of the most competitive seasons we'll be seeing for years to come now. I feel so. We're never going to see such competitive season for quite a while now.
Absolutely. Someone said 68 points. Delvin, I'm really sorry, man. Delvin, I'm going to have to cut you off because, yes, I was right. Aniket, the background noise was coming from where Delvin was. I was struggling to hear him, man. There was just too much music playing. Delvin, thank you for that. Aniket, let's talk about some players now, right? Because, see, Bruno Fernandes undoubtedly is our most important player right now. But to win a title, I mentioned it earlier, you can't just rely on Bruno Fernandes. One injury and we're screwed. Right? We spoke about Paul Pogba as well. My take is that Martial and Cavani are playing a very silent but increasingly important role now in this team. Who else do you identify as catalysts in this team who can help us go towards that title charge?
Fred. My most, if you see the last few games, Fred has been very, very instrumental in that game. One thing that I've watched and noticed Fred doing is more of the Michael Carrick types of passes, which Carrick used to do. And maybe this is an influence, or whether I've read reports that Fred is staying back and working out with Carrick more. And he has started to see those 5-yarders or 2-yard passes, which are important while transitioning off, which he wasn't before, which he was very erratic, at times very inconfident, you can say, while passing the ball around, and very, very, very clumsy, I would say.
True. Fair enough.
Fred has been that instrumental. Rashford also. One thing I liked about Martial and Cavani is they know when to interchange positions. They have built up a relationship, and that is maybe that they are
very good
off
point.
The pitch. Exactly. And Martial hasn't restricted himself to be as a number 9. He's evolving. He's understanding the game. If he knows if Cavani goes wide, I have to go in between. If I go wide, Cavani will be coming in from behind me. So that understanding between the players, that understanding, that relationship, and everything that will help them grow. And I feel Ole has also grown, if you see. So the main critic about Ole was कि he doesn't make substitutions, या फिर subs बहुत अजीब होते हैं उसके.
Or he makes it very late.
Yes, he leaves it very late. And one thing that he has improved a lot on is he's making the right substitutions. He's making the right decisions. Also, he has started to read games now, read oppositions. Which has been really beautiful. Because
absolutely. And he spoke about it, right? He said that he's got a team of data analysts. He's got a team that absolutely dissects every opposition inside out. And I think that's very, very refreshing to see, man. And I think, and everyone does it. Let's be honest. Jose Mourinho used to do it. Van Gaal used to do it. I'm pretty sure Sir Alex Ferguson. So it's also the sign of a top-class manager. I think it's also a way that football has changed, right? I think football has changed. It's a far more numbers-driven, data-driven game than emotions and playing purely on blood fuel. So I think that's interesting to see. And it's, for me, Aniket, it's such a relief to see fans finally accepting the manager, and not accepting, because accepting is not a word that does justice to it. Fans realizing how incredible a manager he is.
Finally
I
noticing
have a
his
question for you, man. What is that thing at the back? It looks like a formation. What poster is that?
uh,
Can you show us?
it is
Is it the starting 11 of
starting
our
11 of
Champions League?
99 final.
Oh, sick, sick, sick. Nicely done, dude. Nicely done. Guys, give Aniket a thumbs up in the chat right now. Aniket, thanks for joining me, man, on MUSCM Live. And great, great stuff. Top analysis, man. And I hope to see you
Yeah.
tomorrow for tomorrow's pre-match. Okay, guys. I've promised the wife and I've promised
a lot of you fans that we're going to stop doing these 60-minute long lives unless absolutely needed. I think this was a fantastic one. It's been 30 minutes sharp. I have loved doing this live. It's been a while since I've done one, and it's good to have all of you all back. Lots of good numbers today. Absolutely love the jersey. One final shout out to United Star, guys. What a class jersey, man. And in case you all think this is sponsored, no, they actually charged me for it and I paid for it. So, you know, it's a top class jersey. I absolutely love it. Just going to take a last couple of comments and let's call it a night. Let's all head back into our blissful what's the word for it? Our blissful joy? Joy is not a right word for it, man. Come on. Words are sort of starting to fail me now. Right. Vishesh says, do you remember the time we hated Fred? Okay, Vishesh, second one you're doing. First one was that Leicester gaff. This is the second. I never hated Fred. Never, ever, ever. I fell in love with that guy after that night in Paris, dude. That night in Paris when we beat PSG away. No one talks about it, but Fred was our best player on the pitch that night. Ever since then, I have been wanting this. So thank you for making this happen. Thank you for getting Fred on my back. But I don't think the fan base ever hated him. Yes, he got one red card. There was a little bit of anger and anguish, against him. But I think that's it. Hate is a very strong word. I think the player that fans hate or have started hating is Pogba because of his antics and what he is doing. Right. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. My name is Abhishek Iyer. This is MUSCM Live. Do tell your friends about it. Bring them on for the next live. We'll be back tomorrow night for pre-match, of course. We're going to be watching... we're going to be not watching and playing. We're going to be doing a pre-match analysis for the EFL semi-final against Manchester City. Man, the lights are really bright. Maybe that's why mine isn't really shining too hard. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one. There is no such thing as a jinx. There is no such thing as, we are cursed. It is cursed. This is Man United. We're blessed. We are the best team in the world. Ollie's at the wheel. Let's fucking live it. All right. See you guys. Cheers.